Ancient philosophers, with their flowing robes and solemn expressions, are often pictured as the epitome of wisdom and morality. But, as with all humans, they had their quirks, secrets, and scandals. Today, we unravel the lesser-known tales of these thinkers, revealing a side of them that doesn't always fit neatly into our preconceived notions. Socrates, the enigmatic sage of Athens. Most of us know Socrates as the father of Western philosophy, a man who met his end with a cup of poison hemlock. But did you know about his unusual marriage? Xanthippe, his wife, was renowned for her fiery temperament. Tales abound of her pouring water over Socrates or publicly berating him. Yet, Socrates never seemed perturbed, suggesting that dealing with a difficult wife prepared him for dealing with difficult Athenians. Pythagoras, more than just a math geek. Pythagoras is best known for the Pythagorean theorem. But delve a little deeper, and things get weird. He led a group that was half mathematical cult, half religious sect. They believed in the transmigration of souls and held some odd dietary restrictions. Beans, for example, were strictly forbidden. Rumor has it Pythagoras believed that eating beans could mean consuming the souls of the dead. Diogenes, the ultimate troll of antiquity. Living in a tub in the middle of Athens, Diogenes was the epitome of cynicism. His antics are legendary. Once, while Plato described a man as a featherless biped, Diogenes, wanting to mock him, plucked a chicken and declared, "Behold, Plato's man." He's also famous for wandering around Athens with a lantern in broad daylight, claiming to be looking for an honest man. Empedocles, did he try to become a god? Empedocles was a pre-Socratic philosopher who believed in the four-element theory of everything: earth, air, fire, and water. However, he also claimed to be an immortal god. His life ended mysteriously. Legend says he tried to prove his divinity by jumping into the volcanic Mount Etna, hoping to vanish and thus confirm his immortality. Instead, the volcano merely spat out one of his bronze sandals. Hypatia of Alexandria, the tragic genius. The brilliant mathematician and philosopher Hypatia was one of the last great thinkers of ancient Alexandria. But her intelligence and her position as a woman in a man's world stirred jealousy and fear. In a tragic turn of events, she was murdered by a Christian mob, making her both a martyr for knowledge and a symbol of the clash between science and religion. Plotinus, the philosopher who hated his body. Plotinus, the founder of Neoplatonism, believed the body was a prison for the soul. He was so disgusted by his physical form that he refused to talk about his ancestry, childhood, or basically anything that reminded him of his connection to the material world. He even disliked the act of eating, viewing it as a regrettable necessity. Aristotle, the great mind with mundane fears. The polymath Aristotle, tutor to Alexander the Great, might have revolutionized multiple fields of knowledge, but he had a peculiar phobia: he was terrified of water. It's said that he'd never come close to the sea and hated traveling by boat. Such an ordinary fear for an extraordinary man. Zeno of Elea, the paradox king. Zeno is famous for his paradoxes, challenging the very nature of motion and change. But his end was as dramatic as his ideas. Legend says he was arrested for plotting against a tyrant. When questioned, Zeno distracted his captor by drawing him close, biting his ear, and holding on until he was stabbed. A dramatic exit for a dramatic philosopher. Epicurus, the pursuer of pleasure. Epicurus, known for his hedonistic approach to life, advocated the pursuit of pleasure. But not in the way you might think. For him, the highest pleasure was a simple life with friends, engaging in philosophical debates. He was a minimalist, living in his garden and shunning the extravagances of Athenian life. Nero and Seneca, the emperor and his troubled tutor. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, found himself in the challenging position of mentoring the unpredictable Emperor Nero. Their relationship was tumultuous. While Seneca tried to impart wisdom, Nero's actions grew increasingly erratic and violent. In a tragic twist, Seneca was forced to commit suicide on Nero's orders. Rich with intrigue and idiosyncrasy, show that the pursuit of wisdom doesn't exempt one from the follies and foibles of the human experience. Pliny the Elder, the curious end of a curious mind. Best known for his monumental work, Natural History, Pliny was a relentless seeker of knowledge. Yet, his curiosity proved to be his undoing. He died during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, not because he was a victim in the nearby city of Pompeii, but because he sailed closer to the erupting volcano out of scientific intrigue. A lesson that sometimes, knowledge does come at a price. Thales, the man who laughed at his own misfortune. Thales of Miletus, recognized as one of the first philosophers of the Western tradition, was also the butt of many jokes. Known for his belief that everything is full of gods, Thales once fell into a well while gazing at the stars. A clever servant girl quipped that while he was keen on knowing what was in the sky, he failed to notice what was right in front of him. Democritus, the laughing philosopher. While most philosophers are remembered for their solemnity, Democritus was known for the exact opposite. He believed in cheerfulness and was often found laughing, earning him the title of the laughing philosopher. It's said that he laughed at the absurdity of human affairs, finding humor in the mundane. Garricus, predicting his own fate. The astrologer Garricus, confident in his skills, once predicted the exact date of his death. When the day arrived, he was alive and well, and to avoid being wrong, he took his own life. A grim reminder of the dangers of self-fulfilling prophecies. Alcibiades, from Athens to Sparta to Persia. The flamboyant Alcibiades, student of Socrates, had a life of twists and turns. A brilliant strategist and orator, he shifted allegiances from Athens to Sparta and then to Persia, making enemies and admirers in equal measure. His life was a whirlwind of plots, betrayals, and passionate affairs. As we wrap up our journey into the hidden recesses of ancient philosophical lore, it's clear that the stories of these thinkers are more than just footnotes in dusty textbooks. They are vibrant tales of passion, intrigue, triumph, and tragedy. Philosophers, after all, were not mere vessels of wisdom. They were flesh and blood, driven by desires, fears, and idiosyncrasies. Their stories serve as a testament to the timeless nature of human experience, proving that no matter how advanced our thoughts or profound our insights, at our core, we remain beautifully, irrevocably human.